What is going on, guys? Welcome to the new stream today, Star Trek Fleet Command. And in today's video, we're going to be going over some reruns of the trailers, of course. So hope you stay tuned. Don't forget, you can join in on the chat down below. And you can also join in on the Discord chat, which I put linked out down below as well. So without further ado, let's watch some videos. And, you know, let's think back to Star Trek and let's see if we can find out anything that we've missed. Alright, here we go. Let's play the first one.
Captain's log, stardate 2262.163. Captain Muerto, the leader of Clan Annihilation, has sprung an ambush to collect a significant bounty on my head. Seems we can never outrun the sins of our past.
Running is useless, Lee. I've upgraded my ship since our last dance. Do you like it?
Ooh.
Such big guns you have, Captain. What are you overcompensating for?
You're out here alone. You don't have a chance against me. My clan will celebrate your destruction tonight.
Do you really think I came here alone?
The volume actually really dips in this video. They didn't edit it right at all.
Get her!
Oh, man, look at Saladin.
Give me eyes on them!
Star Trek Fleet Command, you have the con.
Okay, so obviously in that video we saw the Legionary and the Saladin, both really great ships, but clearly, like, the Saladin is the real winner there, and they're really encouraging you to get it too. I'm really tempted to get the Saladin. I think, you know, especially by the end of December, I think I'll definitely have it. Upgraded, I don't know about that. But the point is, the Saladin, you know, post-update is really a great ship. So is the Legionary too. I've been using the Legionary for friggin' ages. Yeah, friggin' awesome ships. Oh, black jelly. Oh boy. So right there we had the black jellyfish. That was kind of the first kind of instance we had of it, the black jellyfish. And, you know, I've seen them at 2, 3 million, even 4 million in power. So obviously, like, that is such a great ship to have. And especially in December. Keep watch in December, guys, because December is when you'll see, you know, more of the black jellyfish flying around. Especially during some special things going on, so stay tuned for that. Black jellyfish is December month for sure. So yeah, black jellyfish all the way, and yeah, I mean, it's freaking awesome. Black jellyfish, really want one.
Hey guys, welcome to today's video.
Hey, it's Panic.
Designer Keenser, and we'll be talking about a feature that was lost last week, which is none other than Armadas.
It's nice to be back with all of you, and I'm eager to talk about the new feature.
Panic and Kiesna.
So Armada was launched after about a year of being announced, but leading up to it, what was your role into building this feature?
Sure. Well, I guess if you go all the way back to the beginning, my initial role was writing a document that, you know, a spec from a designer point of view of, like, how this feature should work. And then writing another one, and then writing another one. A lot of big features like this go through a lot of iteration. First, the kind of spec phase when, you know, a proposal is written. Then lots of people get together, both from an engineering point of view, an art point of view, a UI, UX point of view, all the rest of the design team, and we get together and we discuss it for a very long time, or at least it feels that way sometimes. And we iterate on different versions. You know, there have been at least a couple of different versions of Armadas that we prototyped in terms of a very simplistic, high-level UI point of view.
Okay, and that is a really good point there. The fact that there's been many iterations of Armadas which have, you know, kind of come and gone. I really think Armadas was something completely different, which Keenser is actually hinting at here. So something completely different, and, you know, the result in Armadas is not something which people have kind of embraced. So yeah, I mean, there is that. kind of deal. Yeah, Armadas is definitely like something which not many people have really imagined.
And then the tech team gets involved, and we learn more about what's easy and what's hard, and what works within the existing systems. And then we take that down and tear it all apart again. So I've been involved pretty much from the beginning. There are a lot of different designers on the team, and there have been many more designers than just me involved in making it happen and come into existence. So I was there on the ground, and then there have been a number of designers who've carried that torch forward since then.
Right. But why did it take initially so long to build?
Yeah, tell me about it. So there are a lot of factors that lead into how long it took to build. One of which, a lot of them are just technical, right? And a lot of them, we're doing a big new feature like this. It's very iterative to us. So work has been going on for many, many months, right? First from a kind of very high level spec point of view, like I said, and then drilling down all the details and all the numbers. That gets done, and then we start to build it. There was one earlier version that we attempted to build, and that was kind of aborted, canceled, and we took a step back and realized what would work better and what could work in the engine.
Give us more information. So more information. We need more.
The second version became the version that you now know and play. And yeah, it's really just about iteration time, right? We've been doing some internal testing on it for at least a couple months, and then we started bringing in some play testers to our office to play through it. And in every one of those experiences, we ran into issues that we wanted to solve. So a lot of it was just kind of different, smaller UI elements about clear communication to our players. And all those experiences kind of slowly drew the feature out as we said, okay, it's not.
Yes, we need more players. We need my gosh, 30 to 40 more players on Armadas. Bring us this in January. Come on, bring us this in January.
Perfect is a hard thing to say, but it's not good enough. So we were continuing to iterate on it, go back and make it better before we wanted all of our players to get a chance at it. That isn't to say that it's perfect now, and there will always be tuning and adjustments we want to do once a feature is live. Within reason, right? All of you that are playing a feature now, we don't want to change it on you or make you feel like you got one version of a feature and then we somehow made it worse. But we do look forward to continuing to improve the player experience in small ways to make it better.
Yeah. Well, one of the things I enjoyed a lot about Armadas is it really brought the pure MMO feature towards the game, especially from an alliance point of view. You have to work with your alliance in order to do some stuff. So, what is your favorite feature coming into Armadas?
Yeah, we just wanted an experience you could share, right? Obviously, that it's not, you can make attacks on a target kind of one after another in series, but this is always the one that is a little bit like a MMO party, right? Or a group, in your classic kind of PC-based MMO.
Shorten the timers, guys. We need to shorten the timers. Come on.
You're going to get your friends together and work together and have a cooperative, goal and a cooperative reward, right? That all of you come home with. And part of that is just we want people to feel like they have friends online, and this just leads into that moment. We all like playing with, our alliance and maybe even specific members of our alliance, and so all that just becomes part of making a good community for our online players and giving activities that all of you can do in that community.
What's interesting now that I'm seeing is that a lot of the alliances, how they're going to be coping with a new feature of something like Armadas, because it's essentially like a world boss, yet there's a very selective process at who can go and who can participate. So what is your plans? Yeah,
I've certainly seen in my own alliance that there are times where there's more communication required and someone's very upset when their place gets taken and things like that.
Well, wait, hold on. Keensner is in an alliance? What alliance is he in? Does anyone know this? What alliance is he in? Oh my gosh.
We tried to make it as simple as we could is the honest answer, right? That we have a starting assumption that the guy who calls the Armada would rather have the strongest ships possible in addition to his own. And so that's the default mechanism we have in the game. Obviously, we're looking at the feedback. We considered doing various kind of reservation systems or first to join gets in, but then the UI gets a lot more complicated. The leader then has to go, okay, you joined, but I don't want you, and now I have to remember that I don't want you, and you can't join. And there's a little bit of something of a bad karma there. We experimented with different systems, at least on paper, in the kind of UI sense, and none of them really worked for us in terms of...
Come on, you should be able to kick players that you don't want. They've just admitted that is something they could bring in. I think as an admiral, not even as an admiral, as somebody who has started an armada, you should be able to kick the person from the armada. And they've just proven that they can do that. So why can't they should totally bring that out.
Presenting an easy to understand UI that we were a fan of, that was simple enough that, you know, a casual player just wanting to go, I want to hit this target to open whoever, and in a kind of more casual alliances, that hasn't seemed to be a problem for it.
Yes, Dr. Shrink. Yes, Dr. Shrink is saying yes, armadas are a little annoying right now with big alliances. 100% agree with that. 100% agree.
In the most aggressive, high-level alliances, then they're like, you get to come, you don't get to come. Or perhaps the alliance leader wants the lowest level people to come so that he can maximize his personal reward on it. All that's kind of, we're leaving that up to the world to figure out, letting players communicate and figure it out, because an alliance leader can tell people not to show up, and if they keep showing up, you can, you know, complain to the guild leader that, you know, let them sort this out socially.
Yeah, I guess it's less.
Things don't get sorted out socially. Like, obviously, if you're super powerful, like if you're, oh my gosh, like, you should be able to kick. You should.
So yeah, it makes sense. It's the different points of view.
I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that this is the perfect answer, and you know, if we come up with a better solution, or we figure out a solution where we want to go with a more resolution solution, it's not that we're militantly against it. It's just we're trying to balance the different interests, so making something that's simple.
Yes, 100% agree, Dr. Shrink. They should just double the cap on armadas. Hey, even triple the cap. I mean, like, no one's going to complain about that. Nobody.
6 players allowed as a maximum for this.
Well, you know, some of it's up to game balance, right? We have to guess on how many people are going to show up. So if I make, or if we design, you know, it allows 10 targets, 12 targets, 15 targets, you know, 50 targets, right? That's a very, very different experience. And it's not to say we won't allow something like that in against a kind of different target someday. But we were looking to create a more group-based experience, not like a raid-based experience from your classic game. If I allow that number, I have to make the targets difficult for that number, right? So if you kind of let 20 people show up for hitting this, you know, PvE, you know, target, then, you know, you have to balance for that, right? And right now we're balancing for a smaller group size with the hope that there's just a lot more of them going on. That, you know, we want to make it fairly easy for you to get the directives and to find the targets. And then rather than having everyone showing up for one, we want lots of this thing going on.
Do you think there could be room in the future to kind of build it for more?
Sure, of course. Okay, I mean, we look up.
Make the timers shorter. Make the alliance timers shorter. Make you know, alliance leaders be able to kick people from armadas. That is going to improve armadas. Increase the amount of directives that people give you. Like, these are just simple things.
The feature does. Yeah. We look at what kind of things the players are attracted to, what they want to do next, and what we want to do next as we're playing it too. So there are no final answers. It's a game that we want to go on and continue to evolve. Yep. So that means that, you know, what V2, V3 of that is in the coming months and even honestly years of the game. Yeah. We'll continue to evolve it and grow the feature out. The more they keep using it, the more they keep enjoying it, the more likely we are to continue building on it.
Yeah, I see the same. It's like most of the features that we build anyway, especially for armadas being something so big. Mm-hmm. And so, like, on that, since we already have 2 types of hostiles right now, is there any possibility for like more stronger hostiles to kind of show up at some point?
Yes, there is. I mean, some people can look at their item inventory now and get a big clue about that.
Okay.
Okay, guys, check the item inventory, because apparently that's a big clue. Oh my gosh, they're on about epic armadas, aren't they? Is that the kind of deal they're going on right now? Oh my gosh, guys, we want Klingon armadas, we want Borg armadas, we want every single kind of armada possible. Like, not just the pirates, not just the Klingon, not just the Romulans. Increase the faction. Oh my gosh, you know what I mean, guys. You know what I mean.
Kind of one question that a lot of the players were asking was, why does it take 15 minutes? Because usually Peace Shield is at 10 minutes, so we have like kind of barrier there. But
Yes.
Armadas at 15.
Yeah, Armadas are 15. A lot of it was about flying time. You know, Armadas can be anywhere formed, and we want to make sure the players, like, on the wrong side of the galaxy have a chance to get there. So part of it is
increase warp times then. that is something which they had in the early versions of the beta. Warp times to get from one side of the galaxy to the other were dramatically decreased, and then an update came and they increased the warp times. Don't increase the timers, decrease the warp times, guys. You can do that. You can do that.
Is that game balance, and that's one part of it.
Right.
And the other part is we want this Armada feature to be kind of cohesive with future extensions that are logical, that you can predict. And that was, an Armada attack is going to be a big deal, regardless of what the source is. And we wanted a bit more time for a player that was interacting with an Armada, no matter how they're interacting with it, to have the time to respond and prepare.
Okay.
So go home, repair, get it there in time was a loop that we were considering as we built that kind of timer.
Okay. Because like an idea that was kind of put in place was once you're in the Armada starts, and then let's say your Armada gets destroyed, immediately the rest of your lines kind of come in and you continue to fight. You don't have to wait 15 minutes again and do that.
Oh, sure. But part of that is balancing like some Armada targets, now and in the future may be a bit more competitive. So like you attack it, but you may not kill it on the first try. And then in another alliance, maybe you're trying to compete with you, and if you're able,
It takes huge amounts of directives to kill it on a second try. Like, unless you're in one of the top alliances, like, obviously, like, this isn't going to work. This isn't working. Like, obviously, if you don't kill in the top try, it can cost sometimes for an epic armada, it can cost actual money to start a second armada. So, like, do you know what I mean? Like, it takes huge amounts of resources to start a second armada.
You may have to find it back there if your ships are destroyed. Another alliance part of the gameplay is like, oh, they've got an alliance armada queued right after us.
Yeah.
That's part of the gameplay quite intended, so that you can choose. You're gonna convince yourself that you're gonna win this, or perhaps you want to bring even more ships to push them out of it.
Yes, Dr. Shrink saying, yes, it's silly. They haven't changed it much since that video was posted 2 months ago. Friggin' agree. Get right on it. Like, less of the black jellyfish, more of improving armadas. That's what we want to see.
There are Armada alliance.
Totally agree.
These kind of hostilities happen.
Yeah, and I was expecting that, to be honest, when an Armada starts and you have like the rest of the alliance kind of bordering up like a wall.
Yeah.
Like, don't come here, and it's like the protection against what's going on. So
Exactly. And that's definitely part of what we intended, right? That so if you want your ships that are going to fight, you don't want to get them hurt or damaged or much less destroyed. So you need to kind of protect them. People can bring in more than one ship into the circle in case their first ship gets destroyed, and that's true for the Armada lead as well. Perhaps even more necessarily true. But I've definitely seen sniping happen in my alliance, where they see someone going after a target, they nail the leader, and of course that cancels the Armada.
Yeah, I've seen a few. That's putting on.
Yeah, it's good for.
I was expecting that, to be honest, when an Armada starts and you have like the rest of the alliance kind of bordering up like a wall.
Yeah.
Like, don't come here, and it's like the protection against what's going on. So
Exactly. And that's definitely part of what we intended, right? That so if you want your ships that are going to fight, you don't want to get them hurt or damaged or much less destroyed. So you need to kind of protect them. People can bring in more than one ship into the circle in case their first ship gets destroyed, and that's true for the Armada lead as well. Perhaps even more necessarily true. But I've definitely seen sniping happen in my alliance, where they see someone going after a target, they nail the leader, and of course that cancels the Armada.
Yeah, I've seen a few of myself.
Some people are very well intended in the galaxy, and you should know, if you don't already, that some people are not.
I've had a few myself. We had an actual all-out war with my alliance. I wasn't strong enough like the rest of them, but like they're like, panic, go there. Like, yes sir.
Yeah,
just flying all over.
Yeah, I mean I like the emergent gameplay that's been happening there.
Friggin' panic.
And I hope it continues, right? It just makes the game more fun, it makes alliances interact more, and it's just fun to be a part of.
Yeah. And like one of the things that I'd love to see, and we've talked about it before, is like a more in the alliance management system. So like having the alliance have more stuff to give, like the leader getting more power, etc.
Yeah, I mean that's something we are in the first stages of working on now, as a kind of diplomacy system.
Yeah.
And that will grow, right?
Yeah, perfect. And my last question is PvP.
Yes.
So we know it's something that players have been waiting. Why didn't you go over this?
Yeah, I mean, I don't, from our Discord chats, I'm not likely to give out an exact date for you, but it is a logical extension of the feature. The feature was built in mind that it could be used for different kinds of targets, obviously both hostiles in the universe of various strengths, and ultimately player stations. And that will be a big deal, right? Combining multiple ship strength for one attack.
I feel like it's something they haven't really worked on too much, PvP armadas. Like, I don't know, it's just a feeling I have. Like, I feel like they haven't even done anything in the past 2 months on PvP armadas. I could be wrong though.
On station. It's part of the reason for the timer, and that we wanted it to be consistent. But you can predict that that's coming. Yeah, very much coming.
So it's a feature that will essentially be there at some point, just balancing issues, I assume.
Yeah, we want to be careful to launch it right, and we want to, you know, we've hinted about it before, but, you know.
Do you see armadas kind of growing into something more than what it is today, as in just PvE hostile and then just PvP?
Yeah, I mean, fundamentally, it's a big feature for us. We've invested a lot of time in it. You know, we're not saying we got it perfect in every way in the first release to our players, but we want to take an iterative approach, and we want to take a big approach to it too, right? We're going to add big parts of it, one of them we just talked about, but then we want to, you know, evolve the feature, right, in different ways. So yeah, there's the notion, you know, of perhaps larger target pools to go after, and there are a lot of things we have in the future for armadas, mixing in with other kind of features, the way it can interact and change the face of the galaxy map. So.
Yeah, I also expect it to be something huge. I kind of see it like in the World of Warcraft scene where we have like instances and then arrays and then this grow into bosses, so it's kind of the same progression in every kind of MMO.
Yeah, I mean, we want the game to feel like it's a living, dynamic, well, not world, but galaxy, and this is just the first.
Is it dynamic though? Is it dynamic?
Yeah. And well, thank you so much for joining us today, Design Teams here. Like we talked a little bit about armadas, a lot of your questions that you had.
Yeah, so Dr. Shrink is saying people don't PvP for armadas because the points are so rare to get. To start one, especially when there's a chance to lose real money, we'll see if they add content to it. 100% agree. Everyone knows this. Like, it costs real friggin' money to start armadas. You know, like, this is something which I don't see changing. Uncommon, okay, fair enough. Like, you have someone in your alliance has an armada built-in. Fair enough, you can start uncommon armadas. But obviously rare and epic, like, it actually costs real money here.
In the next few weeks, maybe towards the end of the month or next month, we'll have another Q&A on Discord with you guys. As after you've kind of gone into Armada, seen how it works, so any questions that you'll have,
let's go to the next one. Let's go to the friggin' next one. Ambush.
Captain's log, start date 2262.161.
That was loud.
We've been contracted by the Federation to terminate a rogue Andorian agent hiding in the Morska system. We are deep in hostile Klingon territory, and every second carries significant risk. Get us out of here!
Hold on, wasn't this the same chick that was on the Saladin in the previous video? Right? Am I right?
Get a lock on them. Enough of this. We are the hunters. Swing us around and fire at will.
Boy,
You are the con.
marketing is great these days, you know? Like, it is. Yeah, a lot of improvements they have to make to the game for sure. Like, there is like there's no middle ground really for this. I mean, like, they have to improve content for the game. Still a lot of interest for the game considering Discovery and Picard to come in, I assume in January 23rd, I assume. Yeah, I don't know any games which are coming out. I know Picard and Discovery TV shows are coming out in January, but I don't know if there are any actual games coming out. Like, obviously a lot of people still play Star Trek Online. And a lot of people still play this game, actually. You know, there's plus 70 servers for Star Trek Fleet Command, so like, in the entire world, like, still a lot of people play. Depends on what server you're on, right? Like... Not bad, not bad. What's this now? Oh boy, this is Scopely Studios. Oh man, so much excitement. Does this excitement get translated into the game?
So we're currently working on the new Beyond expansion.
I don't know.
Which is an opportunity to bring in some of the awesome
Fergus
characters, some of the awesome environments from the actual Beyond movie. We're concentrating on new characters like Jayla, and some of the new costume designs that they're wearing in that movie particularly. We've got some.
I want Jayla as an officer. Like, bring out Jayla as an officer. Like, I need it. We need it in the packs.
Movie as Star Trek Beyond, there's some interesting challenges that come across. Obviously, trying to capture the theme and the tone and the direction of the movie and translating that over to an interactive experience.
With this expansion, we're trying to do a few things that are a bit different. We've got the new swarm enemies, which are very different to fight.
Hold on. What is that trailer? I don't even know what that trailer is from. Is that one of the old trailers? What does it say? Prime Art Concept. Prime Art Concept. I'm just reading the little top there. Blender. Oh my gosh, they do stuff in Blender? Holy crap. Blender. Prime Art Concept. Missions 2019 July. Mission. Panel. Exploration. Concept. Tentpole. Concept Tentpole July 2019. Mission Planet. Maybe that's from one of the trailers we're going to see. Interesting. Oh, Dr. Shrink said, I think it was the top 20 in the Google Play Store for money made recently, so still popular money-wise. Totally agree, you know, like, so much money is being made off this game that they can do stuff in Blender.
But we're leaning very heavily on characters like Jayla and Scotty, who are fan favourites from Star Trek Beyond. They've got a lot of great back and forth dialogue and humour. We go all the way up to 11 with that.
Yeah, it's been really fun working with art and design. We kind of get together and do whiteboard sessions. We'll put up all the ideas on the wall. We'll kind of feed off each other and come up with some good ideas. And some of the stuff we're working on is all of the tokens, the resources, the kind of rewards that players will be getting.
We really have to work super closely with the design team. They're the ones that come up with the original idea, the flavour, the tone, and they work immediately with the concept team to start doing some sketches, some colour mock-ups, just to get an idea of themes, you know, how they want the player to feel.
I'm sorry, I was just laughing at the sticky notes. I don't know why the sticky notes made me laugh. That's like the little ideas on the little sticky note there. That's great.
This point in the mission. Then we start to work with the 3D department, like how are we going to take some of those great assets we see from the movie, some of the awesome ships and the characters, and how do we actually present that to the player that's fun and exciting, and in a way that matches the player's expectation of quality.
It is Star Trek, but it is also a game, so we're always going to be expanding it, always going to be adding new content, new areas of space, new hostiles and pirates that you can fight with.
The Beyond expansion is actually going to be massive. It's actually galaxy-wide. And as we expand this world...
Wait, Beyond expansion, has that come out yet? Has that been massively changing? Or is that something that's coming in 2020? I don't know. Food for thought.
We're exposing much more exciting aliens to battle, more interesting missions to take on, and as part of that I think Digit itself is expanding. We're learning what this world can do, we're learning how we can speak to the player, and we're learning where this can actually go in the future. This is just the beginning of awesome storytelling.
Some of the upcoming features we have coming to Star Trek Fleet Command soon centres around more social and engaging gameplay. So obviously you can see in game at the moment that Armadas is coming soon. When players get their hands on what Armadas will be, they're going to be very, very surprised.
I don't know, were they surprised? Was it, guys, were you surprised at Armadas? Like, I think some people were surprised in a good way, and a lot of people were surprised in a bad way. I don't know, man.
One of the features I'm most excited about coming to the game is around server merge and server transfer. We're looking to improve the more social nature of the game by introducing server merger and combining some of the worlds out there. And server transfer will allow players to have a choice in where they want to go. There will be
yes. Okay, so they're saying restrictions on server transfers. So could this mean that you're restricted based on your current operations level? Could it be restricted if you just join the game? Or could it be restricted based on your ship level? Like, this is something which no one has really answered yet, but I'm kind of interested what people will be saying in 2020.
restrictions on server transfer, but the overall goal is to increase the community around Star Trek Fleet Command and give players more choice of where they actually want to play. From listening to a lot of players' feedback, what I'm most excited that's upcoming is actually around bookmarks. So bookmarks will add the ability for players to I suppose, bookmark their favourite points in games, whether there's a good mining spot, an enemy's base, to be able to bookmark those places and reference them easily is going to be.
100% agree. Bookmarks has been friggin' awesome, and no complaints there. No complaints there for sure.
Super, super great to see players be able to do. We're constantly monitoring feedback from the game around PvP and the banning of PvP. We'll be looking to tighten up PvP bans very, very soon. And we'll be constantly monitoring to see if that's in the right place, as PvP is such an important part of the game.
Okay, so I don't know if PvP, you know, in the past couple of months they did tighten up PvP banding, but a lot of people still complain that it's too restrictive. And people, you know, a lot of those high PvP people, they think it's actually gotten a lot worse. And, you know, I think I'd have to agree with that. Like, so many people complain to me that, you know, a level 26 can't hit like a level, I don't know, like 18, 19 anymore. Like, it's just crazy. It's just crazy.
We don't want to remove it from the game, but we want to make it fair for everybody to participate.
Is it fair? Is it fair, guys? I don't know.
The North Star is personally my favourite ship in the game. It's the best G3 mining ship by a wide, wide margin. The design idea around the North Star was to make something that is very, very good at mining G3 resources, but is also very dependent on the crew you have on board. So
okay, 100% agree. Like, the North Star is dependent on the crew you have on board, but okay, so it's the fastest G3 miner potentially, but God, like, I think it's one of the worst ships out there. Like, you have to be watching the North Star like 24/7.
Obviously, having a high health crew would increase your ability to mine G3 resources way, way more.
Yeah, that was freaking awesome.
Yeah. In the Star Trek movies,
Dr. Shrink is saying, yeah, level 18 can't keep up with a 26 though, for sure. Like, but you know, like 15, 16, 17s, and 18s, I constantly see, you know, stealing mines in a way. So when you go to switch out your miner, like a level 17, 18, 19 will come along and just like, obviously, like, it's really sneaky and it happens, but like that's happening because of the PvP banded shrinkage. Like,
I play science officer Carol Marcus, but in real life I'm very easygoing. Go to warp speed!
Oh, friggin' love Carol Marcus.
I play Star Trek Fleet Command. Shields up! It's my chance to get the thrill of taking on the final frontier and having a good time doing it. Fire at will! I've always wanted to do that. Star Trek Fleet Command. Download now.
Yeah, friggin' awesome.
Thank you so much for that. So,
oh, look, we're back to Keenston now for some more Galaxy research. Have to admit, Galaxy research has been super impressive past couple of months. Like, I am really impressed with it.
Was your main driver with it?
Yeah, we wanted the tree to appeal to everyone. You know, when we were designing the tree, you know, from its early days until then, you know, literally a giant whiteboard. This is how things are developed. And there's Post-it notes, and you're literally moving the tree around and writing on Post-it notes what you want the tree to have. Right? That's, you know, way back when. There's a whiteboard, and there's probably pictures of it somewhere. I'll see if we can find it for you, Philip. And it's literally just a wall of all these nodes that you want to do. And when we were conceiving of it, the most important thing for us is we wanted this tree to be for everyone, right? And that meant we were designing it with different elements for all kinds of different players. So we have players that are, you know, just reaching level 20 and exposed now to this new research tree. We have players that are all the way at the end of the spectrum in the high 30s, and they have different wants and needs. And also just how they play the game is different. For some game players, they want flexibility. I send them from, you know, one corner of mining node way over here to over there to get some G3 resources, or to, you know, explore the galaxy in different ways and do missions that I'm still working on. All those benefited most my personal fun gameplay by making my ships a bit faster and doing that research as soon as I could.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely made ships a lot faster for warp speed. But that gas, crystal, and ore mining Galaxy research is friggin' awesome. Like, I don't know, it's like the best thing for Galaxy research. And if you're plus level 30, like, oh my gosh, so much
actually,
new
first
stuff.
Point, why isn't there a warp range research within the tree itself?
Yeah, I mean, we thought about it certainly. It would have had to been very, very small. We use warp range, not always perfectly, but as best we can to try to balance the content that the player should have available to them. That's why it's generally on ships. Which means it ties back to kind of the power level of the player, the strength of the player, even the station of the player. All that gets kind of mixed into that equation. And we could have done something really small, kind of like Scotty, where have one or two warp range. But players are already able to go a little bit further than some of their content would allow them to complete. So you can pick up missions on planets before you're really able to complete them, and that's a little bit okay. It's okay to have goals, and okay, I want to get my ship a bit more powerful. If I can take on that NPC, take on that Marauder group that it wants me to take on. But I thought, really that if we'd done that when we talked about it, the designers, it would have stretched that even worse, and you would have been collecting even more missions that you don't have the capability of fulfilling. So it wasn't really about that we were unwilling to give more warp range, but we wanted a great experience for them.
Then lock off missions for your ops level. Surely, like, that's the one way to fix this, right?
Players, I think collecting a bunch of missions that
let's skip ahead here.
And let players move around and interact with each other faster over time.
Yeah.
I'm going to be here someday. And the other, but obviously unusable. The other trees are also very kind of progression based, right? They have a little bit of holes in them, so to speak, in a few places where if we wanted to add one individual research node here and there, I suppose we could have, but they're very much anchored in the current progression system. So if we wanted to add a bunch of nodes at level 2,
oh my gosh,
right, or tall, or however you want to look at it. And
okay, let's go to the next one, guys.
Do you have what it takes to captain your
point is, Galaxy research was super impressive, and it really did help us a lot.
Recruit
Carol Marcus.
Form alliances and work together with real-world players, or betray those alliances and seize control of the galaxy. I don't know about that. It'd be hard to conquer the galaxy all by yourself. Beam me up, Scotty. Star Trek Fleet Command, you have the com.
Oh my gosh, it's so cheesy, but it works. It works as a commercial. Oh my gosh. What is this? It's like letterboxed. What is going on? What is this video? Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think this is obviously before they had any budget. Oh my gosh, that was awful. That was. Oh, what's this? Friggin' Act of War, yes. Love Act of War.
Was kind of my Star Trek. I think a lot of people have.
Those phones are so broken. That first one was so broken.
From Enterprise.
Bones.
Oh my gosh, it's a bold Kirk, guys. This is another one of those Scopely Studios.
We set out to make the best Star Trek game that's ever been made. And so we set out to make a game that would include a foundation of awesome strategic gameplay, and then layer in all the characters that we know Trek fans love.
We were ambitious, but as we kept building and building and building, like what started off as kind of a strategy game took on elements of MMOs and took on bigger and bigger things. Because of the type of game it is, there's all these emergent stories that we could never plan for. The way people interact with each other, the way they capture territory.
Did I just see level 50 there?
Come up with
level 50, guys. Level 50, like, I wish. I friggin' wish.
That we couldn't possibly have planned for. And those are the stories I'm really
Okay, so Dr. Shrink is saying 5th faction is going to be Borg. I can see that coming,
They come together as a crew and do amazing things. We actually have this in the game, it's called the synergy system. So when you're actually building up a crew, you want to be looking out for different characters that actually work well together. The movies are all very much smaller narrative arcs, usually a group of people, small events. What we're trying to do here is much more epic. Like, it's literally a galaxy.
Yeah,
size.
they're on my wish list too,
So
for
what
sure,
we needed to
Borg.
do was to
Oh,
expand
yes.
and look at different types of stories we could tell, different ways we could tell that story. It's not just about the Enterprise and its crew, it's so much bigger than that.
Oh,
Our game's really
holy shit. Okay, let me go back there, guys. Let me go back there. Wait, stop. Okay, take a look at this. Right, we have... What is that? The Mayflower, possibly? Here is... my gosh, the mining ship from the 2009 Star Trek. Guys, this ship must be coming. Like, this is in Scopely Studios, for God's sake. Look at this. Isn't it? I'm right? Like, this is the mining ship. Is this the Voyager? Could they potentially be? And what the hell is this ship? I can't. It's so familiar. I can't remember now. Yes, guys, these ships are coming for sure. Like, if they have models of them, like, no doubt.
Our game's really reactive. You can change what you wanted to do on the fly with your ship, bring it back, put different officers on it, go again. Your ship can be intercepted by other players. You can change what you're doing at any point, really, which is quite unique for the genre.
It's very easy to grasp, but if you want, you can also dive deeper into some of the mechanics, some of the stats.
It's a labor of love for a lot of people. We're really happy with kind of the resulting product and what the gaming experience is that we created.
Impressed for sure.
What is happening out there is a crisis.
Oh God!
Father may be involved.
Jesus, skip. There you go. What is this? Gameplay video. Okay. Enterprise. I wish I had the Enterprise. Maybe one day when I'm super rich. When I'm super rich, I can afford the Enterprise. Yes, Dr. Shrink's saying about the Narada. The Narada is what I was talking about. The Narada is coming, guys, for sure. Like, we just seen it in the trailer. Friggin' wish I had Kirk. I want all of these maxed. My God. Give this to me. Give this to me, please. Oh my gosh. Enterprise, yes. My gosh. Just give me all the ships. Oh, this is a classic one. Yeah, Dr. Shrink's saying they'll give it to us for thousands of dollars. So I'm thinking, you know, $5,000 to $7,000 for an Enterprise. All right, I can see that. No black jellyfish in this video. This is probably the first trailer I saw, actually, for Star Trek Fleet Command, because I downloaded it in November 2018.
Star Trek Fleet Command, you have the con. Download now.
You have the con, guys.
Purity is the foundation of the Romulan Empire.
Oh my gosh. We only have a few more videos to go, so we're gonna go through this. These are only a minute long, so not too bad.
Stand in our way, whether they be the bloodthirsty Klingons or the
bloodthirsty Klingons. Self-righteous, yes. I'll go for self-righteous.
These threats may seem insignificant, but they must be extinguished. Through our superior might, we shall secure our empire. What is rooted in virtue will manifest in victory. Swear allegiance to
I friggin' agree. There should be a cloak and device in game. I would love that. Love it. But they also have to balance that with something else, right? Like, what else can they bring out for the other factions?
You have the call.
We're the United Federation of Planets.
Federation.
Starfleet. The most powerful.
Is that the Enterprise?
The universe has ever known. Where there is chaos, we bring peace. Where there is hardship, we bring prosperity. Today, Duty calls us once again.
Oh look,
Romulan
guys, give me the Intrepid.
have set their predatory eyes on the neutral zone. Their goal to enslave.
Yeah, Dr. Shrink is saying yes. It's well balanced and you have no shields. Yeah, I think they could bring it out like first round of combat, maybe cloaking device. Is that something they already have? I don't know.
With the Federation. Fight for your freedom.
Oh, I should have pre-registered actually. Should have pre-registered. Could have got an amazing gift. Oh, Romulans. Alright, and we have the Romulan trailer. Oh my gosh. Destroying planets here.
Blessed by Kalish, fueled by the blood of our fallen heroes, our empire grows. Who amongst you in the so-called neutral zone will ally with us? Bring us the blood.
Doesn't sound like Romulans to me.
Death and destruction to their fleets.
Oh.
The Federation is weak. Romulans are a disgrace. Only one race has honor, and so shall only one be victorious.
Yes, Klingons. I don't know. I just saw like, thought I saw like some Romulans there. Obviously not. Oh boy. Yes. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Well, that was all the propaganda trailers, and now this is the first trailer that was ever released for Fleet Command.
The USS Constellation has arrived in the Heroic Cluster, joined by starships Gates and Saladin.
Best for last.
We are responding to reports of increased Klingon incursions into neutral space.
Oh my gosh, look at this. Friggin' all-out war. Man, I'd love some Klingon ships. All I have is the Mayflower. The Legionary, of course. Love some Klingon ships. But of course, you know, like Dr. Trink was saying, like thousands of dollars like is poured into this game every day. Oh my gosh, guys. 11/29/2018. That's when it came out in Canada too, I believe. That's when we downloaded it here in Canada. Alright guys, well that is it for this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Fortis Gaming on YouTube and of course Twitch, Facebook. I have Discord and I'm available everywhere else too, Civ08. And that is it for this video. Thanks guys.
Tell me where I belong.